Okay, I decided to do this video for one specific reason. The reason was I wanted to change careers and get into motion graphics. I wanted to make, like, words disappear and objects move. That whole thing, that always interested me. I started off with DJing, and to me, DJing and motion graphics, things of that nature, they're really the same thing. It takes the same discipline to learn that. But in this segment, one thing that I'm going to touch is becoming or finding people that are into it just like yourself. I mean, while I'm talking, is there a structure to what I'm saying? No, it's sort of like a freestyle. I wanted to do this like just straight. As it comes in my mind, it comes out to you. I don't want to say, well, outline this, I'm going to talk this, I'm going to talk that. No, it's just going to come. It's going to be as if you're sitting in front of me and we're having a conversation between me and you. I talk about my beginnings, I talk about what I don't like, I talk about what people do, and I don't like it, and it's just going to come out like that. It's just something new, and I want to try. Or it might not be new, but it's new for me. One of my biggest complaints about motion graphics or visual effects or even film to that nature is it sort of ties in with something that I noticed years ago with DJing. You go to a friend, like, yo, what's up, man? You talking to him, and he go, yeah, I DJ. But then you go to where he's located at, or his house or whatever, and he doesn't even have turntables. And I always tell my sons, the first thing you have to do is you got to make yourself believe it. Don't try to make me believe it. I mean, the first thing you do is you go out and you make the commitment and you buy the equipment. You buy turntables, or you buy a laptop, or you buy the software, or you buy a camera, you buy lenses, glide cams, records. I mean, whatever the case may be, as you can see, I'm intertwining DJing and motion graphics and design and art. I'm combining all that because it's really all the same thing. So again, don't convince me or try to prove to me that you are this, designer or whatever you are. I mean, prove it to yourself. I mean, design and working on design, that's crazy, trying to figure out just, how to do these things, and, sitting in front of a laptop all day, and, whether it's trying to learn how to use Illustrator or Photoshop or Premiere or After Effects, even, trying to learn coding or web design, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, trying to learn all these things, it can be overwhelming, but I keep my eye on the ultimate goal, which is to be that as much of a complete package as I can. I started off in, I would say about 19, I would say about 83, 84. I had a situation where I was in love with breakdancing, and my man Bobby, Amos, Jesse, a few other people they were already doing it. And I was like a hater on the low. I was sitting on the sideline like, yo, I can do that, they ain't all that. They doing it. I'm sitting on the sideline talking crazy. So I started learning things, and back then you didn't have a video on every second of the day. You didn't have YouTube, you didn't have access to all this stuff. So I would watch this show called Night Tracks, I think was the name of it. And I would wait for that one video, which was Gladys Knight saving the overtime for me. And I would watch that video just for those breakdance moves that they were doing in the video. And I would study that and study that and study that. And make a long story short, I was able to do a lot of breakdancing moves in the house, on the carpet. I was getting better. Bobby actually put me in a situation where I got in a group. And I started dancing. And from there, it sort of moved into, just hip hop overall, the elements of hip hop. But I sort of stuck with the dancing at that point, and then I switched over into DJing, and hustling and trying to get records and equipment. Eventually I moved into production later years, doing this stuff, and I got to the point where I could pretty much make a beat, you know. And now it's design, and I like to call it design, you know, instead of just visual effects or motion graphics. But design, motion graphics, visual effects, whatever you want to call it, I put it in the same lane as hip hop. So with that being said, you know, I've been doing this for a long time. I do have some discipline in certain areas. And when it comes down to, I put it this way, when I talk to people and they tell me what they want to do, you know, I'm looking for things. And if I don't see it on them, I'm out. My name is Al Southall. I am an aspiring motion graphic artist / visual effects editor.